everyone, this is the Movie Maniac, and today we're going to talk about the leaked Rambo 5 teaser trailer. Story is that he was showing this off in Cannes, and somebody took their cell phone out, grabbed it, and then they put it online. You can go easily look this up right now. And I just want to say that out of respect for this being a leaked trailer, I'm only going to put an image up for the logo of the movie. I don't want to put a bunch of images from the trailer in here like I usually do. I just want to be courteous, and I just hope everyone is able to understand where I'm coming from on that. The trailer starts with different shots of a farm with a house on it, and we get this voiceover from Rambo talking about and implying that he's kept a lot of these events secret in this new life that he's creating for himself. Not because he wants it to be that way, but he just feels that nobody would actually understand unless you've lived it. He seems to be living a quiet life and a very American life, and that's something that he's obviously channeling here. And one of the first things you're going to notice is he no longer has the iconic Rambo hair. He's cut it short. And at first, it's a little jarring because that's one of the ways that we've been able to identify this character. One of the trademarks of Rambo is the haircut and the bandana, both of which are missing from this version and where he's at today. As things move along, we begin to see that there's some trouble brewing, and he even says that if it comes looking for him, there will be this hell to pay. And from what I've heard, this is going to involve going a little over across the Mexican border, maybe even a little bit in the United States, close to the border, with Mexican drug cartels. Now, one of my friends actually mentioned to me that they felt Rambo was a little talky in the first half of this trailer, and that doesn't really remind him of the Rambo that he knows. And I think he has a point, but at the same time, there are things that do evoke this character so much. We see him building a weapon that he's clearly going to go use in this huge fight, this last stand. And some of those shots look almost identical to a Rambo 2008 when he's there building them and doing the exact same thing. We see him using the bow and arrow, which is great because that's classic Rambo. We want to see him using the weapons that we know and love because that's part of the makeup of this character. It's part of his identity. It's part of how he fights. All of these things he's comfortable with, and so is the audience. There's one quick flash in particular where he's being surrounded by 20, 30 people all pointing guns at him. The montage begins with a card saying they drew first blood, and then it goes on to talk about how he'll draw last. And during all of this, there are numerous explosions. We see gunfire. It looks like there are some actual traps that Rambo has set that the bad guys are walking into. And that gets me extremely excited because that's something we've seen a bit in the past. All throughout this series, we have seen him doing this. So he's doing what he knows best. Near the end of the trailer, the cuts slow down to some longer takes. Behind Rambo, the camera is following him, and he's holding either a really long knife or a machete. I have to watch it again and again. The footage is a little bit blurry, and he's walking up to somebody, and then it gets to a close-up on his face where he raises it, and he brings down the weapon. And to me, that is classic Rambo because we're seeing that aggression and that anger that comes out of this character. We've seen it so much, and that's kind of what defines him in these warlike settings, and that's just part of his traits. Again, this is a leaked teaser trailer. There's only so much to cover here. I just want to talk about it real quick, and if you haven't seen it yet, you can easily find it. Again, I don't think they're getting too crazy about pulling this down and removing it. I don't know when it's going to drop officially, so if the official trailer does drop and you're watching this and there have been changes made or the quality is HD and I missed something, please keep in mind this is the context in which I'm doing this review is for a leaked trailer, which I normally wouldn't do, but Stallone really is one of my idols. And I absolutely love the one-man army action genre, which Rambo is a champion of. And I just want to also mention, how cool is it that we're getting a Terminator and a Rambo film in the same year? I mean, let's just assume one or both don't live up to our expectations. That is still pretty freaking cool. What did you think of this? Because it's starting to get spread around, people are watching it more, and we've been hearing about Rambo 5 for, I'm not exaggerating, 10 years. There was a version of this movie that was going to get made where it was a sci-fi horror where he was going to fight off against a released genetic experiment. It was going to be a lot like Predator. He ended up canning that. And then we did hear about Rambo versus Mexican drug cartels or something to that effect for a while. So it seems like this is the version of the movie he's been wanting to make for the longest amount of time. And just the title, Rambo, Last Blood. Perfect. Seems like it's a great book into the series. As always, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe so you can stay inside the mind of a movie maniac.